What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Other Side of the Firewall podcast, where we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who have made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall to those C-suite and senior level positions. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Shannon Tynes.
What up, what up?
And Levon Maynard.
Welcome, everyone.
All right, well, we got a good show for you today. This one is going to go into some really good news, and I give it to Shannon.
All right, everybody. You know, we always love to see some of these big companies kind of expand out and branch out from where they are. And Microsoft is the next one up to do it, right? So Microsoft announces a major expansion in Metro Atlanta. And actually, they did a minor release on this last year in 2020, but it's starting to become a big deal now because this complex that they have is going to open in 2021. So this article is from Fox 5 Atlanta, and it says software giant Microsoft has announced a major investment in a new data center and office campus in Atlanta, right? So Microsoft President Brad Smith said that the company expects to complete a new office space in the Atlantic Yards in 2021 and actually release the plans for it for even more development in the future. So right now, what they're talking about is it's going to bring 1,500 jobs to the Atlanta area. 2,500 employees across the region. So not 1,500, 2,500. But Atlanta has actually had Microsoft there since 2007. But this is a big undertaking because this is a $75 million complex. So they're putting real money into bringing, their IT needs, I guess you could say, into areas that don't have to go out to Seattle, California, all these other places. And the reason I think this is good news, right, is because we've talked before in the past about some of these HBCUs that are in the South and, over here on the East Coast and in Atlanta. And I actually looked this up, right? Atlanta actually has, I want to say it was 10 HBCUs that are there. Yeah. So Albany State University, Clark Atlanta University, Fort Valley State University, Interdenominational Theological Center, Morehouse School of Medicine, Morehouse College, Morris Brown College, Payne College, Savannah State University, and Spelman College. So they got 10 that's the state of Georgia, right? Which is a good thing, right? Because you have people that go to these schools that may not want to relocate across the country to Seattle, right? They may not want to go to California. They may not want to go to Texas, where a lot of these IT hubs these alternate IT hubs are starting to spring up, right? So this is actually a pretty good thing. I like to see stuff like this because it's like, I think Microsoft is recognizing, because again, they've been there since 2007. They're starting to recognize that there is more talent that is coming up in places outside of, where they're normally headquartered. You know what I mean? So I think this is a good thing. You know what I mean? What about you, Levon? What's your thoughts on this?
Hell yeah. All I got to say is ATL shorty. Shorty. This is hot. Obviously it's great that Microsoft's expanding in the ATL market. I mean, I'm about to move over there now, but it's like big business. A lot of big tech is moving out to these places. I know some spots in Texas as well as now we're seeing in ATL, Atlanta and Georgia. And as you mentioned, all those HBCUs in Georgia. I mean, it's a big. I know in this particular area, there's a lot of people of color. It's like a big market for that. And I know we've talked about on a few other shows that obviously it's great that a lot of these schools and tech companies have been like pushing these initiatives to educate and support people of color in IT. And the fact that these companies are moving out here and promoting and just developing these locations where people can get jobs and expand their career, expand their experience and skill sets at these locations, I think is great. It's an opportunity for a lot of people that may not have it, where they're at. Especially people, even if they're like not directly in ATL or Atlanta, they may be in the outskirts, and maybe to travel, maybe commute if they get a job here, and they may decide that I'm just going to go ahead and move to this location a little bit closer to work. They're able to land the job. So I think it's just great overall. I mean, it's good to see. I mean, I'm thinking that we're going to start seeing more people in tech. I mean, I know we thought about, we put up the stats a while back. I think it was like maybe 7% of people of color, or people of color, at least Black people, are in IT, something to that effect. And hopefully things like this will start to see those numbers increase. Maybe they go to other places that, maybe they're not at the moment. I'm not sure. Some other popular HBCU locations. I'm not sure, like, I don't know, maybe like in I don't know
Alabama,
about
Alabama's got like
Alabama.
14 HBCUs.
Oh yeah,
I think they lead the country in states that have HBCUs. Yeah, it's 14 in Atlanta. Yeah, I was looking this stuff up because I was like, okay, well,
yeah,
what's the real effect of this? You know what I mean? And
right.
I saw Alabama had a lot, but and again, not every HBCU may have like a STEM or an IT program, but I mean, we know from stories we've done in the past that they are getting more popular in some of
Mhm.
these locations, right? To where
Right.
they were not the norm. So
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, hopefully that's maybe that's the next stop for Microsoft or Google, what have you, Apple. Maybe they can start expanding out to some of these locations that they have maybe some untapped resources that they can maybe take advantage of. It supports both sides. Obviously supports the communities, supports the people, as well as supports the companies. Because obviously tech is becoming a bigger and bigger thing, especially during COVID. And I know they need good people to handle the job. So hopefully they can make these expansions and take advantage of that. But what you think about this as well, Ryan?
Yeah, I can only see good things. I was just thinking, so if one company does it, and it's a gamble or it's a project or something like that to see if it works out. But if you have all top three, so you have Apple, Google, and now Microsoft, all investing millions and millions of dollars into the pipeline infrastructure there, it's a guarantee. Like they're not all going to come down there on a gamble. It's not, you know what I mean? Like a business has to make money, so they obviously see that there's something happening that's going to make the Atlanta area like a tech hub. So I mean that's just a boon right there. I feel bad for people's property taxes because it's about to be rough,
Mm.
but I think the transition will just be that much easier, right? So you become you actually go to an HBCU down there, and you don't have to relocate across the country. You can just start work right away. So I mean, I think that'll also help with the pipeline because you'll already be a resident or you already be situated in the area. All you gotta do is make that transition from your dorm or apartment into a very expensive apartment. Is what's about to happen. But that's just the way it goes. But no, it gives me a lot of hope. So not that I'm hating on the West Coast, but like Texas, Atlanta, Miami, like they're all blowing up. So there'll be some more diverse, or I should say diversity, but there'd be more places for you to potentially work where we all don't have to try to migrate to the West. Then on top of that, I think having all these companies down there, like exposing them to the talent that's going to be in those pipelines, we may see a man or a woman of color being the CEO of a Google or being the CEO of AT&T. I think obviously Microsoft, Google, somebody else is down there too. Like it's a phone company that's down there. That's putting a lot of infrastructure. So like having that exposure, like as opposed to always saying that, hey, there is no talent or we don't see where the talent's at. Instead, by investing and actually helping to grow that talent, they might actually groom some CEOs, CFOs, CIOs right there in the local area. So I'm down for it. Now, do I want to relocate down there? Not really. I'm getting old. I kind of want to settle. So hopefully the Miami thing pops off. That's not too far from home.
You got to
But
watch out for all them hurricanes over there.
yeah, man. Like
No, it's all good. I don't know. It doesn't happen that
yeah.
often, but
No, not often enough. Often enough. But I'd take that over a blizzard any day. Tired of being cold. But no, I think it's good. I think this is a great article. I think we just see more and more of these. So it's exactly what we've been trying to highlight. Like this is happening. It's going to be a thing. So that's what's up. So where do we go? How do we pivot from this to the next topic? So give a little bit behind the scenes what we're talking about next. So we're talking about Activision and cyber attacks. So they don't correlate at all. So like
right.
luckily this one is a wrap. So I'll do the outro and then tune in tomorrow. We've been talking about video games and hackers. So there's a little bit of an interesting change over there. So thank you for all those listening. Thank you for like, share, subscribe, hitting that bell. Watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to the podcast on your podcast platform of choice. We're on Spotify, Apple, Anchor, Breaker. That's actually a thing. I didn't know that. Castbox. Google Play, Google Store, we're everywhere. But then also share with your friends, join the groups, have an active discussion. Like it's pretty cool. Go to www.theothersideofthefirewall.com where you can get to our Twitter, our Facebook group, our Instagram. And then personally, if you'd like to reach out, I am at RyRy Security Guy. That's RYRY Security Guy on Twitter, LinkedIn, Clubhouse, IG, and TikTok. And you, Levon?
Yeah, you can reach me up at Levon Maynard on the Twitters.
On the Twitters. So we're everywhere but fans only. We're not there. But there's stuff on fans only that's just not naked people. All right. So support them people too.
Is there really?
If you say so.
I wouldn't know.
That's what I heard. I'm not on there. I'm Clubhouse. Clubhouse talks about it sometimes. They be like, yeah, there's other stuff on there too. Like, but now I'm scared. I'm not going there. But well, y'all be easy.
Take care, everybody.
Take care.